All right, again, we're in Costas levels of thinking, and we are doing this for science. And we're trying to move ourselves from level 1 types of questioning and analyzing up the ladder, if you will, so that things make more sense to us and bring more meaning. If we're going to start at level 1, we're going to be asking questions or answering questions like, what information's provided? What are you being asked to find? What formula would you use in this problem? What does blank mean? What is the formula for? You might create lists, you might name things, you might describe in your own words what something means. What science concepts did this problem connect to? You might draw a diagram or illustrates how something works. So, those would all be the first step that you would do in order to understand a text or a science problem. Level 2, you would ask yourself these types of questions or work towards reading it for this type of information. So, what additional information is needed to solve this problem? So, what's missing in the text? Can you see other relationships that will help you find information? How could you put your data in a graphic form, a chart, a table, something like that? How would you change your procedures to get better results? What method would you use? Comparing and contrasting something. Which errors most affected your results? So, what were the things that went wrong? What were some sources of variability? How do your conclusions support your hypothesis? What prior research or formulas support your conclusion? So, what have you read or researched in the past? How else could you account for something that came up? Explain a concept or give an example. Those are all level 2. And again, the ultimate goal is level 3. And so level 3 would be maybe the next thing that you do when you're reading or answering questions. Maybe you design a lab to show something. You predict what will happen to A as B is changed. Use a science principle. Using a science principle, how can we find blank? Describing the events that might occur. So even a hypothesis would be a level 3 thinking. Pretend you are blank. What would they do, or what would you do as them? What would the world be like if? What would happen to a blank variable if another variable were increased or decreased? How would you repeat trials affecting your data? What significance is the experiment to the subject you're learning? So, why are we doing this experiment? What is the meaning? What type of evidence is most compelling to you? Connecting it to yourself, that's really important. Do you feel experiment is ethical? And are your results biased? Did you change anything because of your own thoughts and opinions? And that's science.